Hello indie game fans! As mentioned, a really great week of indie games with the 1.0 releases of two of my favourites, but special mention does go to Horizon Zero Dawn. Of course, this AAA title is the furthest thing from indie, but I'm happy to see that a previous platform exclusive comes to PC, so that more people like me will have the opportunity to experience this wonderful game. Moving on, the top 10 best indie games of the week begins with the colourful Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. This multiplayer platformer party game has been a runaway success on Twitch due to some clever manipulation with the large-scale distribution of free beta keys, but since it did manage to capture quite the audience, there must be something to this game. It looks fun and zany and a great light-hearted way to kick off the week. From bright and colourful to dark and gory, the retro FPS Hellbound of course pays tribute to classic Doom and even has the tagline, "A 90s FPS 30 years later," and looks to be that same sort of fast-paced action. If modern shooters have one too many RPG elements for your liking, be sure to check this one out.
The Relicta. 2 years studying it and we still have no idea what it is.
IGR Labs didn't make it, I can tell you that. They found it and used it. Careful around that thing, Angie.
IGA Labs was a very shady op, but their tech was a century ahead of us.
I knew IGA had taken incredible pains to conceal it. You've been using their prototypes, Angie. They couldn't have developed all that on their own. They must have had some sort of source.
I'm a fan of first-person puzzle games, since they can do clever things with perspective and really does make you think, so Relicta is of interest this week. The main mechanics are magnetism and gravity, so perhaps nothing mind-blowing not seen before, but it looks like a well-made title, which I do hope has good puzzles.
The Relicta chamber is compromised.
Systems! Override that! Lock down the sector! Do it now!
Inside.
Big fan of developer 10 Tons Limited, with the delayed Tesla Force being something I'm interested in. The follow-up to Tesla vs Lovecraft, this is an action roguelite variant of that game and sure looks like fun. One impressive, if early 2000s looking 3D action platformer is Skully, where you play as a skull reanimated by a god and have to help said god resolve the quarrels between it and its siblings. On top of puzzle elements, we can transform into different creatures. The pure platforming sections where you play as a rolling skull looks especially fun, so it does look like quite a throwback title. Just a quick note, if you are new here and enjoyed the video so far, be sure to subscribe and check out the Discord channel while you are at it. Here's to more indie gaming coverage, so back to the video. Big fan of the look of Clan N, since this beat 'em up title used my favorite pixel art, which I think is very well done here. It combines side-scrolling beat-em-up action with platforming, boss fights, mini-games and such, and sure looks like fun with friends. Also of note is that this is from a solo developer, so a very impressive piece of work. One very stylish title is Company of Crime, where you play as either the head of a criminal syndicate or the leader of an elite task force of Scotland Yard in 1960s London. There's a meta strategy layer with turn-based tactics combat, and does look, at least in part, inspired by the modern XCOM games. I'll hand you over to the developers who had an in-depth look at the criminal side of things.
So you decided to be a full-blown gangster, eh? Well then, you came to the right place for advice. A proper criminal mastermind has a crew to do the dirty work for him. Bouncers are a good choice, as they're used to throwing people around for a living.
And stay down.
But you also need people who are ready to fight dirty. You know, go for the eyes and stuff, and that's what torturers do best. Oh, and you're gonna need a smuggler and a brain too. London is big and varied. Once you select which place to hit, assign a crew to plan the details, equip them for it, place them strategically, and let's get cracking. Now it's showtime. Play nasty and land heavy punches. Position your fellows, let them work together, watch your back, and most importantly, use force. Throw them further away, kick them to their bollocks, or do something that'll disorient them so you can either finish them off or go save your mate. Don't draw too much heat while doing gigs, as the police can be a real pain in the arse. Gunshots and killing people gets you too much unwanted attention. Your men can surely handle a bobby or two, but the problem with coppers is that if one of them gets mugged, let alone killed,
Yup, dead there.
there's always more coming up. Then it's not just one gig that got jeopardised, it's your whole fucking business at stake. Now this one's important, kid. You're not some sorry-ass robber or lowly thief exposing yourself to arrests. You're a gangster. You want steady income and to become a respectable business owner. Once you've built a strong enough reputation, make local business owners an offer they can't refuse. The more places you own, the bigger your organisation is, and the more tools you have at your disposal. That's how you build a proper criminal empire. There are plenty of other rival gangs and criminal families. They won't take it lightly that you're taking part of London for yourself, so expect resistance. You're not going to be able to rest until you've wiped out those who threaten your position as King of the Underworld. Well, so that's about it. Not that hard, eh? However, if you feel like the life of crime is not for you, worry not. There's a police station 2 blocks from here, and I heard that they're hiring. Choice is yours, mate.
One smaller title which I have a keen interest in is Assembly Planter, which, based on the trailer, looks like Stardew Valley crossed with Victorial. It's an automation, optimization and factory building game at its core, with the greenery of growing plants and crops, but as shown, it is possible to condense complex setups into single machines, leading to infinitely compact builds, so excited about the possibilities in this. one of my long anticipated action roguelites, Undermine, finally launches in 1.0 after about a year in early access. This has you playing as consecutive peasants delving into the Undermined in search of riches and secrets. I really enjoyed this in early access, but was saving it for the full release, so I'm looking forward to sitting down and spending some time with this. The meta progression and hub building elements are very fun, allowing you to recruit vendors, permanently improve your statistics and so on, but one which I have no doubt will be fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, the farming and life sim title Littlewood also releases in 1.0, and is one such game where all the evil in the world has been defeated, and it is up to you to restore it to its former glory. It is very light-hearted and chill, and the most unique aspect of this is that time only advances in accordance to your actions, so really not that much of time pressure at all. It is the definition of chill, which I could use a lot of right now, taking the #1 spot. To see more of the big picture, check out these awesome videos, and I will see you after the jump.